Hello everybody, what's up and welcome back. You're here with me, Shapeless, aka the Game Tamer, and we're in here today with Pakko, the control bruiser. This man is a fun-loving kind of guy. He's actually a kid, and he's basically the Mei. If you've ever played Overwatch, he is basically the Mei of this game. He's just great at what he does. He's a CC machine. But, I'll show you guys here in a bit. Alright, the skills. We have melee attacks, of course. Snowball toss. Right mouse click. Throw a snowball that explodes upon hitting the ground. Inflicts stun and freeze. Hold to charge. Then you have your Q. Slide along the ground. QQ. Perform melee hit that pushes enemies. E. Create a path of ice in front of you that inflicts freeze and grants speed boost to allies. Freeze is basically like frost dot. Basically. And then you have breath of frigid air as his ult. Inflicts full freeze. On end, turns enemies into snowmen for 4 seconds. Breaking them out deals damage. That's actually a lot of damage. Holy crap. But anyways, guys, let's get in here. Playtime, yeah! Alright, let's check out the upgrades. So, we got defensive swings, which is plus 5 armor for each successful hit. Lasts 3 seconds, maximum of 20 armor. Okay. Then we have cold hit combo. Excuse me. After using any other skill, the first hit deals plus 50 damage, or 50% damage, within 3 seconds. Not bad. Let's go the damage route. After using any other skill, the first hit does plus 50 damage. You also crack armor against frozen enemies. That's pretty good. That's really good. That's a very much a CC option. Kind of helps you tank bust. And you also have deals 100% extra damage against frozen enemies. So that's good. So that's the damage route. So let's go the tanky route. So hitting frozen enemies heals you 40 HP a second, stacks at 100% with other heals. Okay. And cold and frail. Hitting frozen enemies weakens them. Negative 25% damage. That's not bad. That's kind of like a toss-up. Like if they have a lot of tanks, you go cracks armor. If they have just like a lot of like damage carries, you go cold and frail. If you don't have a healer, but you kind of need to, like, be the front line, then you go Cold Remedy. And if you can just do damage, you just go Extra Sauce. This, an ability with a lot of versatility. I like it a lot. Alright, let's go with the right-click ability. Direct hits stick to enemies, deal plus 100 damage upon impact, and explode twice as fast. Okay. If fully charged, affects a bigger radius. That's probably gonna be the way to go about it. Then we have, if fully charged, cooldown is reduced by 1 second for each enemy hit. Okay. And then we have, if fully charged, damage is increased for each enemy hit. Plus 60 per enemy, max 120. So I can only max out at 2 enemies. It's kind of weird, but it makes sense depending on how big the radius is. We have with the plus 100 damage upon impact and smite twice as fast. Direct hits freeze enemies for longer on explosion. That's really good for the CC build. And direct hits explode immediately on impact and give 3 times focus. Well, if you're focusing a lot on getting ults off, then I would say Shattered. If you're focusing a lot on just trying to get like single target CC or just like long targeted CC, you have Ice Ball. Then you have size matters. I just realized that. But you have bigger radius if like your aim isn't as good or you need to hit more people, like you need to CC more carries. And then you have, of course, reduced cooldown if you want to go reduce cooldown, or increase damage if you have the ability to go increase damage. So once again, Pakko, very versatile. Q. This is the Q. In case I didn't show you already, this is your right click. That was actually a really good throw. Probably could never do that again if I tried. But, and then here's your E, which gives you a speed boost and slows enemies. But anyway, The Q. While sliding, you gain health over time, 60 health per second. Okay, that's not bad. That's really not bad at all. Or you roll forward in a snowball, and you can re-Q to deal area damage and freeze people. Reduce speed, but no longer pushes people. Well, he has a lot of CC, so I mean, chain CCing with freezes is probably not a bad idea. I mean, you'd have a pretty decent chain that you could roll with. And then from that, you can go QQ to weaken people or QQ to daze. Like, that's really good. This is a very good CC ability if you wanted to roll that way. Or if you have, you know, the ability to just heal or tank, you can gain 25 armor, become immune to slow, cripple, and immobilize while sliding, which is pretty fucking nice. And stay healthy, hitting an enemy increase that extends the health gain. That's pretty good too. That's tough. That's once again like very, very versatile. Much less single point, like where it's like this one's damage, this one's utility. It's very spread out. Man, I'm just having all sorts of problems this video. Whew. Anyway, let's go to the E. Path extends further, or freeze strength is intensified over time. Well, I could see that being good. Frostbite happens faster? I wonder what frostbite is. Maybe frostbite's like when you get so many freeze stacks, and maybe it actually like freezes you. Or if an enemy is in your path, you're healed for 75 health. So you have the health option this way, and you have a CC-ish kind of control, area control ability here. Path extends farther. Allies gain plus 50% basic attack damage when on the path. So this is more like an engage tool at this point, where you kind of like slow somebody into a stun and then drop the path underneath them and then just murder them. Or you can have allies move faster on the path. So this is kind of like if the enemy team is rotating faster than you and your team just doesn't have the rotations down yet, you can use this one to kind of get that extra boost, to give your team that extra little oomph that they need to get somewhere. Then we have our passives, which would be, well, we have our passives and our passives. I'll go over the ultimate passives in a moment. You have the speed boost and freeze lasts an extra 1 second on your E. Q can slide longer before attacking. I don't know if that's the same thing for after you use the Q if you turn into the ball. Or right mouse button travels farther and faster for snowball. That's not bad at all. I'd probably say you take fastball as the meta choice in that tree. So then we have passives. Gain additional focus whenever you freeze an enemy. This is really good. Like, this is already pretty good, because you can freeze people really often, and you can really hit. You can stack freezes, so that's really good. Plus 10 back damage reduction and plus 10 back damage from behind. That one's interesting. It's the first thing I've seen that has like back damage reduction, but that's not bad, because I mean, like, it helps him run, I suppose. You can lose debuffs when you dodge, or you can go immunity to weakness, recover from daze twice as fast. All good things if you have to be like the tank. If you have to be like the control mage, like bruiser carry-ish sort of thing, then frozen focus is the way to go. While using focus, gain health over time. That's not bad. Or 25% degen resistance. 50% degen resistance after using focus. Lasts until you die. I'm not quite sure what degen is. I think it's like bleed effects, freeze effects, shock effects, things like that. I think it gives you extra resistances against like those effects. I mean, it makes sense. Degeneration, degenerative, degenerate. It makes kind of sense. But the way that I would say for this is probably go frozen focus into feeling better. Seems like a pretty solid choice here. That one's probably pretty open to back and forths. It's probably for meta choice for E, I would say freeze and then flash freeze. For the Q, I would say snowballing. And then this one's very dependent on whether you need to CC enemies or weaken enemies. I would go daze though, just because it does still give you, regardless of their specs, it gives you that extra little like moment of time. Then we have fully charged, affects a bigger radius, or direct hits stick to enemies, deal 100% 100 damage upon impact and explode twice as fast. I would say stick it to them, and then paired with ice ball, which direct hits for freeze longer on explosions, which would be really good. And then this one's very dependent, because if you have these abilities more garnered towards like CC, then I guess going defensive swings would be better, and you can get the weaken off for frozen enemies, so you still have that consistent CC. So what this is going to look like is it's going to be Q to engage, E in, and then after the build up, hit him on the review, hit him on the runaway, and proceed to continue just a swinging. Now let's go ahead and kill the smaller guys. We have this, double that out. Alright. Get the snowball, they're frozen. And there you go. That's your basic nonsense. Boom! The freeze. And there you go, guys. That has been my in-depth character tutorial for your boy Pakko. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. Once again, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, stay tame. I'm going to try to do the same, and I'll see y'all again soon.